You know what? Feel that in.
Here he comes.
Lawyer.
What's up, y'all? Coming to y'all live from London. Extremely humble, grateful, and blessed. Just got nominated for a Grammy. Let me make it clear. I didn't just get nominated for a Grammy. We just got nominated for a Grammy. Everybody tagged is a part of the project, and we got nominated. It's the unity, the black love, the black excellence, the love album, the R&B album of the year. No skips from top to bottom. Let's go. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. Every artist, everybody that listened to it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
People know exactly what they're doing until they get exposed. That's a word that came to one of the people on my team, and she gave it to me, and I'm giving it to you. People know exactly what they are doing until they get exposed. And once they get exposed, then they get confused, or they made a mistake, or they don't understand, and then people know exactly what they're doing.
I have no money problems, believe me.
So I'm thinking,
no
are you
money,
broke?
Yes, no money problems whatsoever. That's Tony Braxton. That's not me.
Are you broke?
I have no money problems, believe me.
So I'm thinking,
no
are you
money,
broke?
Yes, no money problems whatsoever. That's Tony Braxton.
Thank you for joining us. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Miss Monique,
Sydney.
for
We
coming.
appreciate you, Miss Monique. And
Thank y'all.
all right, brother. And it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Eddie, thank you so much, my sweet baby, for having us.
Why you keep thinking them and not me?
You know what, brother? You're going to hear yourself a lot from me lately. You're going to hear yourself around the world because we have to explain brothers like you. We do. And when we watched that movie, Birth of a Nation, and we saw that man walk his wife into that master's house, we watched him walk his wife in. Then we watched him go back and get him. You're that brother. I thank y'all for your time, my babies.
Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. I want to thank you so much for coming by the Queen Tulsa show. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Listen here, welcome to Queen City. We want to take you on an adventure. If you would like to support this channel, you could do so at Cash App, $beautiful 070707. We do have a PayPal. It is the Butterfly Lounge. And just by you simply coming by, liking, sharing on all of your platforms really does amazing for this channel, for the people. We hope that you are entertained. And also, please tell somebody that we're live. Until next time, so long.
He even deals with women. Like, we don't know who he's dealing with. So it ain't about him, but it's about that type of situation that's going on today, where we have more and more men who are sleeping with men and sleeping with women, but not telling the women that they also sleep with men. And every man knows that when we are sexually active with a woman, we know that a man prefers to be able to do that unprotected. So there are men who will use protection if they out sleeping around and willy-nilly, but there's also men who will be sleeping around and not using protection. And in my business as a life coach, I have coached women who were in the sex industry, and when they're getting ready to change their life, or they want to explore a change or pretend to change, I've been told by some of these women that who get paid that there are men who will pay more to do it unprotected. So here you have men who have jobs, who are smart, have gone to college, who know all about STDs, going to women who sleep with people for a living and offering to pay double to sleep with her unprotected. And I remember working with individuals who were in that industry and they had life-altering, incurable STDs. And there were men who were offering to pay double to sleep with them unprotected, not knowing that the women have STDs. So this is a behavior of men who move wild, who move like that. So the dangers with this of men who are sleeping with men and sleeping with women is if a man sleeping with a woman, he can still bring other women. He could bring his woman an STD, but that's a different type of bacteria and different type of lifestyle when a man is sleeping with a man. So it's going to be different things going on. And for a man to deal with a man like that, we know, because it's common sense, that this man is entering an exit. And we all have that exit and we know what come out of that exit. So a man is entering this exit unprotected, and then he's going back to women and sleeping with women unprotected. And this is what's happening. This is what's happening. And I tell you the truth, that the thing about it is when men are out there and moving fast, you could sleep with multiple women in a day. So men who sleeping with men, they could sleep with multiple men in a day. So if you are a woman and you've ever done something with a man and you went to sing on his microphone and you smelt boo-boo or you tasted the boo-boo, you wasn't mistaken. That means he had just exited an exit. He had just entered an exit. And he hadn't showered. And now you tasting on it. See, I have to paint this picture for you to help you understand why it's so important as well for men to be open and honest and transparent. And if you are a man and you dealing with men, then you need not deal with women. And if you're going to deal with a woman, you need to tell that woman that you're dealing with men. Because what's happening is the deception is causing a lot more problems, because it's men out here that they going and they dealing with these men and they are afraid to say that they dealing with these men because they know it's other men who may look down on them, who may put them in a box, who may call them names, who may distance themselves from them. Because heterosexual men are rather, for lack of a better term, disgusted by the idea of a man being with a man. And the reason why heterosexual men are disgusted by it is because we have both body parts. So we have the body part in the front and we have the body part in the back. And we are able to see the size of the body part in the front, and we know the size of the body part in the back. And we know that them two body parts do not go together, because the body part in the back do not have the elasticity and everything going on that a woman's body part in the front has. So that is why the idea and the act to heterosexual men is disgusting. And so because of that, when a man says that's what he is into, any man who is not into that is going to get distance, because men also know the heart of a man, meaning men know that if you are a male, you have 9 out of 10 times a high sex drive to whatever you're attracted to. So the assumption is if a man who is heterosexual has a high sex drive and he's attracted to women, the assumption is that a man who is attracted to men also has a high drive toward men. what is also assumed is that if a man who is heterosexual can't really be in close quarters with a woman for a long period of time or continuously that he may be attracted to without making a move, then the assumption is also that a man who is attracted to men cannot be in close quarters with other men that he may be attracted to. So that's another reason why heterosexual men will get distance from a man who says he sleeps with men. And because of that alienation, it makes a lot of men who are down low, it makes them down low because they don't want to be alienated. They don't want to be isolated. They want to be able to go into the locker room and be around men and not be looked at strangely. They want to be in the boys club. They want to have male companionship and not be looked at strangely. So that pressure, also religious pressure, which none of this is rocket science, then also cultural and familial, because your mother, your father, uncles, whoever can disown you and will disown you in certain families and certain cultures. So that's why these men are also keeping this a secret. But the thing about it is if you're going to do it, if you're going to do it regardless, then you need to be a decent human being and not mess with women, because you're deceiving these women and you're also putting these women at even greater risk, because it's risky enough if you are a man and you sleeping with other women and then going back to your woman. But now if you're sleeping with other women and other men, you're just increasing the risk of infecting your woman. So it's like this right here. If you can't be with a man and come out that closet, then just be single. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's why we see a lot of single men. I remember the gentleman who died, he was talking about 60% of men are single, or 60% of single men of this and that, but and how he was single and was very feminine. And if you notice, it's a lot of single men over 35 and 40 years old, they start to look a little suspect. They start to move a little different, start to have a little too many guy connections, just a little too many guy friends, just a little too much bromance, just a little too much going on. And that is the reason, because there are more and more men that are dealing with men and they don't want to deal with women too, because I believe they actually start to prefer men and be disgusted by women. Because to be honest with you, to be a man, I feel like it's truly impossible to like both. Like if you, whichever one you like, the other is gonna disgust you, because that's a whole different situation. So I could not imagine like being with a woman, being a married man in a woman's body. That's a woman's body is totally different than my body. So if I like soft, supple skin, I'm gonna be disgusted by the idea and the thought of being around a man with callous hand and all. Listen, I honestly believe that these men who are sleeping with men don't really like women and don't want to be with women, but they just doing it, trying to make themselves feel a way, and also trying to use the woman as a front, as a cover up. And so that's why I tell guys too, once you cross 40 years old and you still single, you're starting to look, because the way we wired and how sexual we are as men, we in constant thought about this stuff and we in constant pursuit. So it's time to go ahead and figure something out and go and settle down. But if you're into men and you don't want to come out, then yeah, stay single. Stay single instead of being with a woman, lying to a woman, deceiving a woman. And if you are a woman and a man tells you that he deals with men, then cut that man off. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Don't look at it like, oh, it's 2023, it's 2024. So deal with this here man who told you he liked men, because eventually something gonna happen to you. And here's the thing, if a man is dealing with these men that this man is dealing with, they're gonna get territorial. They're gonna get territorial at some point. They're gonna get messy at some point. And then one of these men gonna come and put hands on you. And you're not gonna be able to handle that man. You're not gonna be able to whoop that man. You literally have to take his life. And so that's a whole nother mess that you don't want to deal with, because the same way a side woman is gonna get in her feelings is the same way that side man gonna eventually get in his feelings, because that's a human feeling. No human want to play second fiddle. No human want to be on the side. No human want to be in that role. So eventually a human gonna catch feelings and then gonna start to say, hey, I gotta eliminate other threats. I got to eliminate whoever else in this situation. So what you have to realize is that you can't entertain and deal with this. You got to come to a place to where if you sense this on a man, you sense some off, your spirit ain't sitting well, go on about your business. And to the men, you need to go ahead and make a decision. Is you going to be with men or is you going to be with women? And then whatever you're going to choose, that's where you and God, but you need to go ahead and be public about that. Whatever you're going to do, because you're putting people in harm's way and you're making your life harder on yourself. So just like with the basketball player, Dwight Howard, this stuff keep coming out about him being with men, but he won't openly say that he is with men. He's trying to say that they trying to assassinate his character. Like, that's not character assassination. Like, because we got a whole LGBTQIA plus. Like, they adding letters. They just adding letters to it. They done added the IA at the end. And the reason how I know is because I just filmed the TV show and they told us that. And we had to say that on there. They have all of that, and they done added the IA. And with the way the world is going, they're going to end up adding MNOPQRS and whatever, got Q in there. But they're going to add MNOP. And so we're in a situation where these men could actually come on out their closet, and you ain't got to deal with nobody but God, because humans is not gonna care, and God already know. So you might as well come on out the closet, because humans is not going to care, and then God already know what you're doing. So you got to take that up with God and deal with that. And then we have pastors now, like Jamal Bryant, who is, I don't know who sent him, but it was reported that Jamal Bryant, right there in Atlanta, where the allegations come out about Dwight Howard, it was reported that Jamal Bryant went to a gay church and apologized to the gays on behalf of all the other Christian pastors. And it's kind of like everybody looking like, who made you spokesperson? Who made you spokesperson? And who told you to go apologize on my behalf? And so he done went and apologized. So that right there show you how far gone we are as a people, meaning that show you right there, if Bible thumping, Bible preaching pastors is condoning the lifestyle, because it's gay pastors in Atlanta. And everybody who read the Holy Bible is clear on what the Holy Bible say about the lifestyle. Everybody, it's no really mincing those words, and no really changing those words of what the Bible say about the lifestyle, about men with men, women with women. It's nothing we could change about that. We can't change them words. And so that's clear. But now you have people who are saying that they preach the Bible, but they going against the Bible. So when you see that happening, there's no reason now for men to be hiding in that closet and putting people's life in danger. Because I'm pretty sure that these men that's over there, that these down low brothers is sleeping with, I'm pretty sure that the men that they sleeping with, that might be all the way out their closet, I'm pretty sure they want that them men come on out their closet and stop leaving them alone at night while the man go be with his woman. And I'm pretty sure, because that's a human being. So that man that's out that closet, he's still a human. He's still gonna have a heart. He's still gonna have feelings. So he's sitting over there and he done got wore out the frame the night before by this 6'10" man. And then now the next night, the man say he got to go deal with his baby mama, got to go sleep with his baby mama. So the man sitting over there sore, and he wondering what the world. I'm over here sore, and over here then got malignated, and then now the down low brother finna go back over here to a woman, and then the woman sitting there, like, man, I'm tired of you having to go out of town on business. And the woman don't know that he's in the Hershey's business, chocolate fudge business. And she thinking her man is ambitious. Yeah, he ambitious. Yeah, he ambitious, all right. She thinking her man is ambitious. He's a man about town. Yeah, he a man about town. Thinking he out on the road playing a game. And yeah, he's playing a game. He playing some other games outside the game. And so now she coming back, man to come back to her. So then she sitting there and she like, well, man, why is I'm itching? Why every other week I'm getting a urinary tract infection? Why I have to be on a subscription to this Vagisil and to this Monostat? Vagisil, Monostat, y'all send me a check. So she wondered why in the world she got to be on this subscription for this here Vagisil and Monostat, and it's because of this man that keep coming and putting a dookie stick in her. And she's sitting there and she itching and burning and smelling and trying to figure this thing out. But never in a million years can she fathom that her strong man is being strong for another man, She thinking that's just her man, not realizing that's somebody else's man too. And this right here has to stop. It has to stop because it's getting worse, because now, just like this situation with Dwight Howard, this man got 5-6 kids. So now them kids, they online. So just how I seen the Angela Yee thing, them kids don't see that. So the kids, they got to read these details of what this man said, what the other man said. And the man spelled them details out. So now your 9-year-old, your 10-year-old, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old, these kids sitting there reading this stuff. And this they daddy. And true or false, they still got to read it. They still reading true or false. So it's still gonna affect them. And it's all from being in that closet. But so the same thing is gonna happen. It's kids all around the country, but see, this stuff is not national news. Like, the news not finna come and breaking news at Lakewood Middle School, a woman was just tragically punched in the eye by a LGBTQIA plus member who says he has been sleeping with her husband and he is fed up and she needs to get out of the way. So he has punched her in the eye. This happening every day. That these men is jumping on these women and saying, hey, you finna leave they man alone. They telling these women, you finna leave they man alone. Because guess what? They human. They don't want their heart to be played with. They want something else to be played with, but not their heart. So they sitting there, wore out the frame, and they upset. They bothered because this man got them in the closet with him. And then they got to go on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Threads and see this man with a woman, showcasing this woman, love of my life, happy anniversary. And they watching these men post these women or go out to the club with these women or hang out with these women or be in these videos with these women. And these human beings, they want that love. They want to be showcased with their heels on. They don't want to see the man showing his woman with her heels on. They want to have their heels on and be showcased. And so guess what? Now it's causing all kind of stuff. And then what happened is, if a man is sleeping with men and he's sleeping with women, he is disgusting. He is shot out, meaning he turned over to a reprobate mind. So that man cannot be trusted. That man cannot be relied on. That man, you can't do nothing with that man. You can't do business with that man. You can't be friends with that man. Like everybody in a man's circle who sleep with men and women, everybody in that man's circle is going to get burnt in more ways than one. You hear me? And so what's going to happen is the man is going to end up being tired of this here booty hole, and he's going to want him a new one. Because see, that right there, I don't know how that works. But one thing I do know, because I got one, I know it don't work like no woman, but I know. And so if this man over here dealing with this man, he dealing with the man that's in that closet, he dealing with a lot of lust. He dealing with so much lust. He dealing with so much perversion. You cannot quench lust. You got to starve it. You got to crucify it. You can't quench it by indulging. So this man, he going and these men is indulging in this here lust, and they dealing with these men, and they trying to fulfill their pornographic fantasies, and they trying to do all of that. Well, guess what? They gonna get tired of that man. And then if they got a woman who she ain't got no intuition, she gullible, she just ain't picking up on nothing. She don't understand why her man Angeline smelling like ooda hole. So she dumbfounded. And she trying to figure out, she like, man, why do his thing like ooda hole? Like, man, that's an interesting smell. I ain't understand why men, I guess just because it's all together in the underwear, maybe the smell is just fumigating and just ruminating and ruminating. And maybe that's why his Angeline smelling like his ooty hole, because it's all tucked into the same underwears. So she's sitting there, she just confused. So once this man figure out his woman is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, he finna keep her. Oh, she'll keep her now. Cause she ain't got no sniffer. Her sniffer ain't working. She need a toucan sound. But because she can't sniff out the truth, she blinded to her. He's gonna keep her, and he's gonna bounce from man to man. Guess what? When he wearing these men out, one or more of these men gonna be done had enough. They're gonna be done had enough, and that's when they come out with this paperwork. That's when they're gonna come out with that paperwork. And that could be the very reason we seeing paperwork right now from this young man. This man could be retaliating because this young man, and this is a scenario now. This could be a scenario now. What could have happened is the young man could have went over there, knowing that this athlete is nasty, knowing that the athlete and showed him plenty of signs that he completely shot out. So this man knew what he was going over there to get into as a grown, musky man. He knew what he was going over there to get into. So he done went over there and he done got done. He done got malignated, realigned. He done got a realignment. Then finished it. Then this here gentleman probably decided to cut him off. Probably decided he don't want to deal with him no more. He could be realizing now, oh, so you mean this Cullinan, the Rolls Royce Cullinan is not gonna be mine? This Bentley Bentayga is not gonna be mine?
Listen here, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back here a little bit later. I just want to leave you all with a little bit of knowledge. Listen here, we need to create a space, and I feel like that's what we're doing here, is creating a space where we invite our brothers and sisters to come over and have the dialogue. It's not always a back and forth, and it's not always about making somebody feel a certain type of way. But if you're out here and you're going up against the community and you appear and you appear to be a part of the community, there should be a conversation had in a safe space. Shout out to Associate Minister in Reserve, Mr. Terry Jones. Okay, listen here. I'll catch back up with y'all. I gotta drop you off in Queen City.